כי מלך הארץ את אדוני כמשים לעם מכסים.
Amen, amen, dear friend. יפה. And let us start with one of the most beautiful psalms, which is Psalms 1. So let's see what we have here. Right.
סליחה. אשרי האיש אשר לא הלך בעצת מהרשעים ובדרך החטאים לא עמד ובמושב לצים לא ישב כי אם בתורת אדוני הפצו ובתורתו יהגה יומם ולילה.
יפה, beautiful. So first of all, Ashrei, blessed or happy. Happy is the man that didn't go in the counsel of the ungodly, didn't stand in the way of the sinners, and didn't sit in the seat of scornful, or what we're calling in Hebrew, Moshav Letzim. So it's really interesting to see how this psalm, Psalm 1, is not just one of the well-known because it's the first one. It's one of the well-known because, in simple words, it describes a world that gives two options. You can be happy, first of all, and you will be happy and you will be blessed if you are not going to do the simple actions, going, standing, sitting in places where sinners are. But it's not just not to do one thing, it's also what to do from the other hand, which is actually to enjoy, to delight, to want the law of God and to learn it day and night, yomam v'layla. And I think when we try to take verse 2 is maybe if I could add another blessing for, of course, you know, we have Ki mala haaretz, de'at Adonai kamayim li'am mechasim from Isaiah. I would add this because the idea is that we have option day and night to learn the Torah. We just have to give time to this. Once there is a study of Torah, so you don't have to walk, you don't have to stand, you don't have to sit in place of sinners, and you can learn, of course, good things, and you can do good things. Three words, Reshaim, Chataim, and Letzim, are actually the three descriptions of sinners. We can see three negations, and we can see three types of sinners. Today, when we're saying let's in modern Hebrew, is someone that likes to make jokes. But here, Moshav Letzim, also in modern Hebrew, we have Moshav Letzim. Moshav Letzim in Hebrew slang, in modern Hebrew, is, you know, place when you are going to learn a lot, you're going to see a lot of people that here are resting and telling jokes. But here, Moshav Letzim, these are place of sinners. So it's really interesting to see how the description of the righteous person is not just what to do, is also what not to do. And this what starts Psalms, Tehillim in Hebrew, with a beautiful way. So thank you, Detlef, for your beautiful reading. And let us see more words and say hello to Sharon. Sharon, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. We've been smoked in for about 2 weeks now. The fires are terrible all over. We've got
I've heard.
Yeah, from Mexico clear to Canada on the west coast.
How you manage to do it?
We have to wear a mask every time we go outside, and I just been claiming victory over it because Dan's got emphysema, and it's really hard on people with lung problems and other problems that they have to breathe that in everywhere they go. and I make sure that that he is well covered on his face and breathing. So it's a challenge, I tell you, with that and COVID. It's just the plagues are coming fast and furious, I think. But we're surviving, and other than that, our kids have been coming out and helping us. Our daughter came out yesterday and cleaned out a bunch of brush out and washed my skylights, so now it's really bright in here. So, but we're surviving.
Okay.
But I would rather be over there. I checked my tickets and stuff, and of course they've all been canceled, and all the laws and rules for entering Israel. There's no way I can come right now. I hope I can come in February for Neria's bar mitzvah, but we'll have to see, the Lord willing.
With the help of God.
Oh, I wanted to ask you too, on those masks, did they fit on the ears okay? Because sometimes they need a little longer strap.
No, it's okay. We manage with them. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Toda.
Okay, good.
Toda rabba. And you're all welcome to read one of the most beautiful verses of the Bible. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Vahaya kaef shatu o plage mayim asher piro yiten bieto ve'alu nove alehu lo yibol ve'kol asher yo ase yatzila. Is that right? Yatzila?
Yatzliach.
Yatzliach. Lo ken shaim ki im kamot asher tidefenu ruah. I guess that's it.
יפה מאוד. So we can see water and wind, מים and ruach, tree and chaff, which is one is steady and is planted, and one is, of course, blows with the wind, like dust in the wind, if you remember this beautiful song. And here we can see one more time the negation between the righteous and the wicked or the ungodly. The righteous person is like a planted tree. We have fruits, we have leaves that are not wither. And everything he does, he prosper. This is, something which is really interesting. From the other end, when you speak about the wicked, it's pretty easy, like the chaff that blows, that the wind drives away, because this is a person which is not steady with his behavior. In such simple word, such simple imageries, we can explain tree and chaff, water and wind, fruit and leaves. Of course, better.
I remember somebody, one of the Israeli folks saying how when they filled in the wells, Abraham's wells, it was like with dust and they could just blow them away. It wasn't like they filled it in with something solid. They filled it in with something so light that they could be blown away. And I hadn't realized that, but it's the same sort of idea of the things can be blown away.
I agree.
Because they're light and without substance.
Yafé, dear friend. So how are you, Ruth? Everything is okay?
I have an operation tomorrow, so
good luck. Good luck. Let's pray that everything is okay.
Thank you. But it's okay. God is bigger than all things, and He promises to care for us. So I have nothing to fear. That was my revelation, that even though it is cancer, it is something I could worry about, but I'm in the Lord's hands. I'm safe, so I don't need to fear.
Yafé. Excellent. So let's pray for health, and everything is going to be okay.
Thank you.
And you're more than welcome to read to us, bevakasha.
Oh, wonderful. Al Ken, Lo Yakamu, Rasha'in, Mishpat, U Hata'in, Ba'adam, Tzadikim, Ki Yoda Adonai, Derek, Tzadikim, Derek, Risha'a, Ta'avad.
יפה מאוד, excellent. But we can see one more time that eventually when there is going to be judgment, so the ungodly won't be able to rise up, they won't be able to stand. So if we've seen before, we cannot stand, we cannot sit, we cannot walk, one more time, they can't stand up in the judgment, and they cannot be in where there are congregation of righteous people, righteous and wicked. It seems to be that it's a philosophy, good and bad, good and evil, which is here in Psalms. It's really amazing to see this beautiful word. One more time, we can see something that I pay attention when I prepared this lecture. So we can see a lot of tzaddik, the letter tzaddik, in Psalms. So we can see it in verse Hey and verse Vav. We also can see it in here, tzaddik, tzaddik, tzaddik. So this is also another way, atzat, letzim, chefzo. So in every verse here, you can see at least one tzaddik, which is relates to the sound of the righteous person.
Oh.
Let us move now to chapter 2 and say hello to Maria. Maria, how are you, dear friend?
I'm fine, thank you.
You had a good week.
I had a wonderful week.
Yofi,
Yes,
I'm really
fine.
happy to hear, and you're more than welcome to read to us, bevakasha.
Thank you. Lama ragshu goyim umim yegu rik yityatfu malchei eretz veroznim nosdu yachad al Adonai ve'al Meshichu Nenatka et Mosrotemo Vanashlicha Mimenu Avotemo.
Excellent. So there is always an option where the other nations will try to fight, to go against the Lord and his Mashiach, his king, and they will try even to break their bands and to cast away their cords, because of course they know that God is really strong. They will try to fight against him. This is like the mythology that we can see, for example, in Isaiah 27 or in 51 verse 9:8, 9:10. Also in Psalms we can see, but here it's the other nation. It's not creatures or what we're calling the Jewish mythology, when we can see Leviathan and the serpent against and the great sea monsters against God. So here are the nations that will try to fight against God. They will try to be together. They will try to break and to cast away. But we know that God won't let them to do it. So let's see what is the answer, and say hello to Gabriel. Gabriel, how are you, dear friend? How are you feeling?
Weak, and that's why I like to watch and learn, but no talking.
Okay, my friend, everything is okay. I respect your request, no problem. Let's ask Shlomit. Shlomit, how are you? Would you like to read? Shalom, Shlomit. How are you? I hope that you're okay. You can hear us. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So Sharon, go ahead. Verses 4 and 5 in Psalms 2.
Okay, thank you. Lo ken harishaim ki im kamutz asher tidifenu rua. All ken lo yakumu reshaim bamishapat vechakaim ba'adat zadikim. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. I'm sorry.
You need to read chapter 2. It's okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I mean, 4 and 5. Okay. Yovel Bashaim. Let's see, where am I at here? I kind of messed up along here.
Ishak.
Isaac, Adonai, Hilag, Lamon, Lamov, Oz, Az, Yadeka, Yadaber, Elemo, Biapo, Yuracharon, Yeva Halemo.
Yafe. So
Okay.
the one that sits in heaven will laugh and mock those people and will speak with his wrath. And with vex against them, he's going to cause them to escape, to be this pleasure. Because this is not a fight, you know, it's not, they cannot fight the other nations with God and with his king, with his Messiah. This is something that, of course, they won't understand. But the idea is, of course, to say, okay, so what is going to happen and how it's going to happen? So let us see here with these beautiful verses. Detlef, go ahead.
Okay. Vayani Nazarti Malki Al Zion Har Kadeshi Asapra El Chok Adonai Amar Elai Bnei Ata Ani Hayom Yelidatach Yedalich Sha'al Mimeni Ve'etana Goyim Ve'charatecha Ve'achutzata Afshei Aretz Toraim Beshevet Gartzel Kechli Yotzer Tanavtseim.
יפה מאוד. And the psalmist is speaking about that I've set my king upon the holy hill of Zion, and God is speaking with his son. The son is the king, the Messiah. This is, of course, is also reflected in the New Testament, as Yeshua is the Son of God. And the idea is that what God can do, of course, is can break the other nations, can harm them, can dash them into pieces like the potter's vessel, and he can do whatever he wants with them because of course their behavior. So this is one way to say that God is fighting the wars of the people, but from the other hand, the idea of protection, the idea that God is with us all the time, that he protects us. So the other nation could be not just other people from another country, maybe it could be also other people that are not following the way of God. So this is also something interesting to see. Let's see more from these beautiful verses. And Maria, bevakasha.
Thank you. Va'ata malachim haskilu hivasru shoftei aretz. Avdu et Adonai beir'a vergilu bir'ada nashku bar pen je'naf vertovdu derech ki yif'ar kim'at apo ashrei kol Jose bo.
יפה מאוד. By the way, there is an option to read Psalms 1 and 2 together as one psalm because it starts and ends with Ashrei. Some commentaries speak about this way because they also try to say that wicked and righteous relates not just, it could be something that is universal. Or it could be that the people of Israel from one end and the other nations from the other end. But there is a way here that the people, because God won't be angry if they won't do it. And eventually, those who trust in God, they are going to be happy. They are going to be blessed. The beautiful word for happiness in Hebrew is osher, aleph vav shin resh, and this relates to the root that we can see here in Ashrei. So in Psalms 1 we started with happy is the man or blessed is the man that, and at the end of Psalms an answer for this. And what's so beautiful with Psalms is that, you know, it's not a story, it's a song. It's and it's beautiful to see it. It's beautiful to sing it. And it's beautiful to see how in simple words, what you actually have to. And since we have more time, so we have a chance for another Psalms, Psalms number 3. Let's see this.
What was said, Eli, it's written in Revelation 2, kiss the son because he not get angry.
This is a different psalm. The sing is.
Your sound is coming and going.
Can't hear you, Ellie.
No. I think there's a lot of interference.
Yeah, it's weather, a lot of it, and so many people are on Zoom now.
Oh,
Okay, came back. There was a small disconnection.
Oh,
Just for a moment. So Detlef, you started to speak about Revelations.
your sound is not good.
2. I heard that. My sound?
yeah,
Your
your
sound
sound.
is coming and going.
Ah, okay.
Often there's a lot of interference. So there's some lag in it.
Okay, I will try to fix it, see if there's problem with the internet connection. In any case, Detlef started to say something, so let's see what he wanted to say. Detlef?
Ja, it's in Revelation 2, it's the same, kiss the Son, because he not got angry, something like that.
In Revelations 2?
Yeah.
Okay, יפה. And we also have the idea of the Son of God in the
Let's see. There's your sound.
On again,
the God
Leslie.
יפה, יפה מאוד. We can actually one more time. It's not working.
No, just
Now it is. It comes and goes.
Okay, so I will try to speak loud and clear, and hopefully to pray to God that you will be able to hear me. We have something in the internet that we're going to put here next week, that so the Wi-Fi would be better. But in any case, I'm saying one more time, the scene that we are seeing here, the Psalms of David that when he ran away from Absalom, this is the scene that we can see in after the rebellion of Absalom against David, when David is going barefoot to the Olive Mountain with the people, and he's crying. And then this could be actually the word that he says. We know that according to the Jewish tradition, David wrote Psalms with other 10 poets. So let us see the words that we can see here. Ruth, bevakasha.
you're muted, Ruth.
Yeah, I'm trying to unmute her. Now it's working. Go ahead.
Yeah. רגע. מזמור לדוד. בברכו מפני אבשלום בנו. אדוני מה רבו זרי רבים קמים עלי. רבים אומרים לנפשי אין ישועתה לו באלוהים סלה. ואתה אדוני מגן בעדי כבודי ומרים ראשי.
Beautiful. Now, the enemies that against David is of course Absalom and is the people that came after him. And people maybe think that they won't be with salvation. And then David said, no, no, God, you are my shield. You are going to lift up my head. So it's like David, we can see the scene that David is going barefoot and he's crying, but then we can see what he's doing with this crying. And praying to God and getting power from the words to God. It's beautiful. So let us see now what he continues to say. And I'm going to ask Maria, bevakasha.
Thank you. Koli el Adonai ekra faya aneni mehar kacho sela. Ani shachafti faishana hekitsoti ki Adonai yismecheni. Lo ira merivevot am asher saviv shatu alai.
יפה מאוד. And how you need to pray to God? You need to call him and he's going to answer you. Sela, by the way, it's or something musical or indeed. And then David said, okay, I lay down and I fell asleep and I woke up because the Lord sustained me. The Lord will trust me, and I won't be fear from many people that tries to harm me. This is actually the description of David, what he feels against the rebellion of Absalom, that thousands and running after him. So it gives us not just what David says and praying, also more details of this rebellion that is not with many numbers. So here, according to the psalmist, it's thousands or 10,000s of people that ran after David. And let us see the words today. Kuma Adonai Oshiani אלוהי, כי הכית את כל אויבי לחי, שיני רשעים שיברת, לאדוני הישועה, על עמך ברכתך סלע. What a beautiful word. David calls to God to arise and to, of course, to save him from the enemies. He's going to break their teeth. Because he has the salvation, he has the glory, and he is blessing us. After those three psalms, we can see that the idea when you read a poem, when you read a song, is to be cheer up. You know that you have a way. You have a way that you can go with the righteous people, or you can be wicked. But this is not something that can help you. If you have problems like David when he ran away from Absalom, you need to pray God. Now God is with us all the time. And there is a distinction between those who believe and walk in the way of God, the water, the planted tree, what we're calling tzaddikim, the righteous, and those who won't follow, the wicked, the scornful, the people that are not doing righteous, and of course God will judge them. So it's really interesting to see it. I wanted to tell you and to bless you from Israel with Shana Tova and Metuka. We start now course 25. First of all, Ruth, to you, we are praying that everything is going to be okay tomorrow with the help of God, and that everything is going to be good. And we are going to meet next year, next week, in Tafshin Pei Aleph, Tashpa. By the way, if you say in Hebrew many times tashpa, 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 ashpa is garbage. So don't say many times tashpa, so it won't be sound good.
No.
But I hope, yeah, we said that there is going to be a year with a lot of blooming pricha and perot and poria, and of course, amen. It's the Aleph. So I would like to wish you, in the name of my family, in the name of Bibleli, Happy New Year, Shana Tova, and may God bless you, your friends, your family. May the corona won't be in Tafshin Pei Bet. That is going to be 1 year from now. We hope that the vaccination will come before. And you know, we start a course, you know all the terms, so don't have to tell you. And you're more than welcome to be in touch with me during the week if there are problems. And as we say from Israel, Shana Tova u'metuka. להתראות, dear friends.
Eli, have Iris send me a
Shana Tova b'chatima tova.
Thank you.
Iris send me a receipt or a bill, I mean, so I can pay you.
Okay. I've sent you to your email. I hope that you get it. No problem.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. להתראות, Shana Tova, dear friends.
Yeah, Shana Tova to Iris and the children too.
As always. Next week is Psalm 6, 7, 8. So we're going to enjoy another triple.
You have 10 more minutes to read Psalms